Norway, land of breathtaking fjords, northern lights, and sky-high happiness. But there's a massive catch. This is one of the most expensive countries on Earth. Today, we'll reveal the jaw-dropping prices that shock every visitor. From food to housing, coffee to groceries, prepare for the ultimate price shock. Buckle up. Let's go. You land in Oslo, hungry, and spot a burger joint. But the cheapest burger? $18, even $20. No fries, no drink. This isn't a fancy place, it's just normal here. Add fries and a soda, and suddenly your quick lunch is $30. Welcome to the Norwegian Burger Shock. Okay, so you've survived the $20 burger shock and now you're looking for a cheaper alternative. You're walking around late at night and you see the glowing sign of a kebab shop. Yes, the universal sign for a delicious, affordable late-night meal. In cities all over the world, from Berlin to New York, the kebab is the king of budget-friendly street food. You can usually grab a massive filling kebab for just a few dollars. So you walk up to the counter in Norway, feeling confident that you finally cracked the code and found the cheap eats. And then you look at the menu. It's happening all over again. The price for a standard doner kebab in a pita is listed right there, clear as day. $15, $16, sometimes even $18 US. You just stare at it in disbelief. How is this even possible? This is supposed to be simple street food. It's meat, salad, and sauce wrapped in bread. Yet, in Norway, it's priced like a main course at a decent restaurant in another country. The kebab, a symbol of affordable and accessible food for everyone, has been transformed into a premium-priced meal. For many visitors, this is the second major price shock, and it's almost more confusing than the first. You start questioning everything. Maybe this is a special gourmet kebab made with unicorn meat? But no, it's the same classic lamb, chicken, or beef that you'd find anywhere else. The ingredients are simple, but the price tag is anything but. This is another one of those moments where tourists just stand there, completely baffled. They came here looking for a budget-friendly option after being scared off by the burger prices, only to find that even the cheap food is incredibly expensive. It's a classic Norwegian trap, and it catches everyone. There are very few genuine budget options when it comes to eating out. This isn't just in the tourist-heavy areas of Oslo either. This is the standard price for a kebab across the country. Whether you're in Bergen, Trondheim, or a smaller town, you can expect to pay a premium for this street food staple. For the price of one kebab in Norway, you could probably buy a feast for 2 or 3 people at a kebab shop in London or Istanbul. It really puts into perspective just how different the cost of living is here. So, if you're coming to Norway, be prepared. Even the food you think is going to be cheap will take a huge bite out of your wallet. Next up, we're looking at something even simpler. Think a hot dog is a cheap snack? Not in Norway. Here, even a simple sausage in a bun can cost you $10. No gourmet toppings, just the basics. Whether you're at the airport, train station, or a city kiosk, the price is the same. Shocking. It's a wild reality check for travelers. In Norway, even the simplest snack comes with a premium price tag. Coffee in Norway will absolutely destroy your budget. Even a regular cup costs $6 to $8, sometimes more at airports or scenic spots. For a family, that's $30 just for morning coffee. One coffee a day for a week? Over $50. Enough for a nice dinner elsewhere. In Norway, your daily coffee becomes a luxury and a true test of your wallet. In Norway, ordering a pizza isn't a cheap, easy meal. It's a shock. A regular pizza can cost $25, sometimes more, and that's before delivery fees or extra toppings. For families or travelers, what should be a simple dinner quickly turns into a pricey splurge. In Norway, pizza is a mid-range meal. Welcome to the $25 pizza shock. Think cooking at home in Norway will save you money? Think again. The $100 grocery basket challenge shows just how fast your wallet gets obliterated. Milk, bread, eggs, cheese, and chicken, just the basics, already cost over $50. Add coffee, some fruit, and a snack, and you're staring at a $100 receipt for barely enough food for one. In Norway, even a simple grocery run feels like a luxury splurge. Think a Coke is cheap? Not in Norway. Here, a simple bottle can cost $5, thanks to sugar taxes, high VAT, and expensive store costs. That price shock hits every tourist. Most end up refilling water bottles from the tap, because in Norway, even a Coke is a luxury. In Norway, even a Coke costs $5. But if you need a real boost, brace yourself. A tiny can of Red Bull? That's another $5, thanks to taxes, import costs, and convenience markups. For the price of one here, you could buy a 4-pack in the US. No wonder Norwegians love coffee. It's actually the cheaper caffeine fix. You've survived dinner in Norway, but now you crave something sweet. You spot a familiar chocolate bar and think, finally, something cheap. But at the register, bam, $6 for a single bar. It's not gold, just import and sugar taxes at work. Welcome to Norway, where even chocolate comes with sticker shock. You're in Norway, ready for a classic steak dinner. You open the menu, then shock, $50 for a regular steak. Suddenly, your dream meal tastes like financial regret. In Norway, strict standards and high wages make meat expensive. Dining out here isn't just a meal, it's a financial event you'll never forget. Breakfast in Norway looks simple. Coffee and a pastry at a cozy cafe. But when you step up to the counter, you're hit with a $15 bill for the most basic meal. High wages, high rent, and high taxes mean even a croissant costs a fortune. So, you savor every crumb, knowing this might be the most expensive breakfast you'll ever have. Lunch in Norway is a wallet melter. Forget cheap deals. Here, a simple sandwich or salad can cost $20 or more. You order lunch and the bill comes $22 for a slice of bread with toppings. Every meal is a calculated expense, and your daily budget evaporates fast. If you're not ready, your wallet will be flattened before dinner. Okay, so you barely survived the lunch prices. But now the sun is setting, and it's time for the final boss of daily expenses: dinner. If you thought lunch was expensive, you are not ready for this. Dinner at a mid-range restaurant in Norway will absolutely obliterate your budget. We're not talking about a Michelin star experience here. We're talking about a normal, everyday restaurant where you might go for a nice evening out. For one person, you're looking at a bill that starts at $30 and can easily soar past $50. And that's before you even think about adding a drink. It is pure insanity, people. Let's break it down. You sit down, you order a main course, maybe a piece of salmon, a standard pasta dish, or a burger. And that dish alone is going to be around $25 to $35. You want an appetizer? Add another $15. You want a dessert? Tack on another $12 to $15. All of a sudden, your simple dinner for one person is costing you $60. For a couple, you're easily looking at a bill over $100 for a completely average meal. You could fly to another country for that price. It's one of the most extreme price points you will ever encounter for a standard meal. Think about what $50 gets you for dinner in other parts of the world. In many countries, that's a feast for two, with drinks and dessert included. In Norway, $50 gets you one main course and maybe a tap water. It forces you to completely reevaluate your definition of expensive. What you once considered a splurge is now the baseline for a regular dinner. It's a psychological battle every time you open a menu. You scan the prices, your eyes get wide, and you have to make a tough choice between what you want to eat and what your bank account can actually handle. It's a challenge unlike any other. This is the reality of dining out in Norway. Locals are accustomed to it because their high salaries help balance it out. But for visitors, it's a constant source of astonishment. Many tourists end up cooking meals in their Airbnb or hostel kitchens just to avoid the astronomical cost of restaurants. Because after a few days of spending over $100 a day just on food, you start to feel the pain. So if you're planning a trip to Norway, be prepared. Dinner isn't just a meal, It's a major financial event every single night. And it's a challenge to see if you can even afford to eat out for your entire trip. You think you've seen it all with food prices, but we are just getting started. Let's talk about getting around. Picture this. You've just landed in Oslo, you're tired, you've got luggage, and you just want to get to your hotel. The easiest option seems to be a taxi, right? Wrong. Taking a taxi in Norway is like willingly setting your money on fire. I am not exaggerating when I say that Norway has some of the most expensive taxi rides in the entire world. We are talking about a starting fee that can be as high as $10 to $15 before the car has even moved an inch. It's absolutely insane. Let me paint you a picture of this financial nightmare. A short 10-minute ride across the city center, a distance you might walk in 30 minutes, can easily cost you $30 to $40. A trip from the airport to the city? Get ready to mortgage your house. That ride can set you back over $100, sometimes even more depending on the time of day and traffic. It is a level of expense that is almost impossible to comprehend. You could literally buy a plane ticket for a short flight in Europe for the price of a single taxi ride from the airport. It's a challenge just to justify the convenience. The meter ticks up at a terrifying rate. Every minute you're stuck in traffic, you can physically feel your wallet getting lighter. It's not just a little more expensive than what you're used to. It's exponentially more. The drivers are professionals, the cars are clean, but the price is so astronomical that it makes the entire experience stressful. You spend the whole ride watching the numbers on the meter climb higher and higher, doing panicked calculations in your head. It's the opposite of a relaxing journey. You'll arrive at your destination not refreshed, but in a state of pure financial shock and disbelief. This is why you'll see so many people in Norway, even in bad weather, opting for public transport or walking long distances. Taxis are considered an absolute last resort or a luxury for special occasions. For tourists, it's a critical piece of information. Unless you have an unlimited budget or it's a dire emergency, avoid taxis at all costs. It's the ultimate tourist trap, not because of a scam, but because the legitimate price is just that unbelievably high. The challenge is simple. Can you navigate Norway without ever stepping into a taxi? Your bank account will thank you if you succeed. Think taxis are expensive in Norway? Wait until you try public transit. Sure, it's cheaper than a taxi, but only by Norwegian standards. You're paying for a premium, spotless, on-time service, and the price tag shows it. A single ticket can cost as much as lunch elsewhere. Take a few trips, and you'll spend $20 just getting around. In Norway, transportation is a major part of your daily budget. After surviving Norway's food and transport prices, you face the final boss, your hotel room. For a standard, clean room, expect to pay up to $300 a night. No luxury suite, just the basics. That's a shock for most tourists, and it can double your vacation cost if you're not prepared. So, budget big for sleep in Norway. It's wild. You think the tourist prices are crazy? That's nothing. Welcome to the real world of Norwegian expenses, the one that locals and anyone moving here have to face every single month. The rent. Specifically the rent in Oslo. This isn't a temporary hotel bill. This is the soul-crushing, recurring payment that forms the foundation of Norway's high cost of living. If you were shocked by a $20 burger, the price of renting a simple one-bedroom apartment in the capital city will make you question everything you thought you knew about money. This is the single biggest expense for most people living here, and it is absolutely astronomical. Let's get into the numbers, because they are staggering. For a small, one-bedroom apartment in a decent but not even super fancy neighborhood in Oslo, you are looking at a monthly rent of around $1,500 to $2,000. That's $2,000 every single month. And that's just for a basic place. If you want something a little bigger, maybe 2 bedrooms for a small family, you can easily expect to pay $2,500 or more. This is the reality that shocks so many newcomers who dream of moving to Norway. They get a great job offer with a high salary, and then they realize half of it is going to be spent just to keep a roof over their head. Now, you might be thinking, why is it so expensive? It's a perfect storm of factors. Oslo is a booming city, attracting people from all over Norway and the world. There's a huge demand for housing, but the supply of new apartments can't keep up, especially in the central areas. This high demand pushes prices through the roof. On top of that, building standards are incredibly high, which means construction is expensive. Everything from the materials to the labor costs more. So when you rent an apartment in Oslo, you're not just paying for space, you're paying for quality, location, and incredible demand. This cost has a massive ripple effect on the entire culture of the city. Many young people live with roommates well into their late 20s or even 30s because renting alone is just not financially viable. It's common for people to buy small apartments as soon as they can, just to escape the brutal rental market. This is the side of Norway you don't see in the travel brochures. It's the day-to-day financial pressure that comes with living in one of the most prosperous, but also one of the most expensive countries on earth. The rent in Oslo isn't just a price shock, it's a lifestyle-defining reality. Survived Norway's food prices? Wait till you see your phone bill. Mobile plans here are wild. No cheap, unlimited data, just expensive packages. Why? Norway's epic geography makes coverage costly, from fjords to remote villages. So, staying connected in Norway? It'll cost you. Big time. In Norway, even a simple haircut can cost you $60, double what you might pay back home. It's not a fancy salon, just your average barbershop. But the price is a shock. For that price, you could buy your own clippers and skip the sticker shock. Would you pay $60 for a haircut? That's Norway for you? Why is everything in Norway so expensive? It's a mix of high wages, steep business costs, tough geography, and a strong welfare state funded by high taxes. Locals earn great salaries and enjoy top-notch services. But for visitors, it feels like everything has a built-in surcharge. Norway's model creates an amazing place to live. Just be ready for the price tag. And that is a wrap on the most insane prices you will find in Norway in 2026. We have survived the financial gauntlet, from fast food to groceries to a simple haircut. It is an absolutely wild ride for your wallet. So, after seeing all of this, I have to ask you, what shocked you the most? Was it the fact that a simple burger and fries can cost you $30? Was it the $18 kebab that costs more than a steak dinner in some countries? Maybe it was the $100 grocery basket for just a few basic items? Or was it just the overall cost of everyday life in Norway, where even a can of Red Bull feels like a luxury purchase? I seriously want to know what you guys think. What was the one price that just completely blew your mind? Drop a comment below and let me know which price tag made your jaw hit the floor. Was there anything on this list that you thought was actually reasonable? Or is it all just completely over the top? I will be reading through every single one of your comments because I'm genuinely curious to see what stands out to people from different parts of the world. Your perspective is what makes these videos so much fun, so don't hold back. Tell me everything. And hey, if you found this video interesting and you want to see more content about Norway prices, the cost of living, travel tips for Scandinavia, or what life is really like in this beautiful but expensive part of the world, then do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button right now. We post new videos every single week, and you are not going to want to miss what we have coming up next. Subscribing is the best way to support the channel and make sure you never miss an upload. We have some insane video ideas planned that you won't want to miss. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you for spending your time with me today. It's been an absolute blast diving into the crazy world of Norwegian prices, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. We pour our hearts into making these videos for you, and your support means the world. Stay awesome, keep exploring, and we will see you in the next video.